This is my Star Station outpost. It functions exactly like an outpost on a planet's surface, allowing me to build things inside, but it also adds a bunch of new stuff that regular outposts don't have. This is actually a big feature that Bethesda had hidden in the game files, and nobody knew how to activate it till now. And it's really pretty cool. I'm honestly flabbergasted, even though I hate using that word, that this wasn't included with the base game. But now that I have it unlocked, I want to show you guys how to build it, all the new features and capabilities it comes with, and the details we have about when Star Stations might be launching officially. Because this is way more fun than outpost building, and it would have added so much more depth to the building mechanics in Starfield at launch. So the first thing you want to do is land on any planet, just like you would for any other outpost building. Find a good spot to set up your outpost beacon. Here should be fine. Okay, so I'm going to go over to miscellaneous, and what you're going to notice that is different about mine that yours doesn't have is the new Star Station orbital control. So how I got this, there's a new mod that you can pull up on Nexus Mods. It's called Spacestations. And I want to give a quick shout out to Vex the Collector for actually making this mod so that we can use it today. Anyway, once you have that mod downloaded, you're able to build the Star Station orbital control. And once you have that popped up, it's massive, by the way, you can run over to this little scan booster looking thing. It is a terminal. And once you activate the terminal, you can teleport to Star Station, which you don't have one built yet, so that would be useless. And then you have modify Star Station. So that is what we're going to want to do. There's a little bit of info here about something you have to do, which is add some basic dockers so that you can actually dock your ship to it, but we'll get to that in a second. So this mod does use the ship builder to make the Star Station, as there was no other way for Vex to make it work basically with what we had in the game currently. So if you pop over to it, by the way, if you do download this mod, do not try to edit any of your regular ships from this menu. It'll kind of mess things up. So go to your ship builder. Now you have full access to basically build a massive Star Station. I mean, there's so many different options. I was surprised when I first opened up the mod. I was like, okay, there's going to probably be some habs. There's probably going to be some docks so that you can, like, you know, put your ship in it. But there's so many different options right now already. And Vex is saying that he's going to be adding more. This isn't here for no reason. You know what I mean? He didn't have to, all he did was find the game files and from what I can tell, find the game files and find a way to make it work within the shipbuilder system. But these were all already here to do. This is all stuff that's supposed to be in the game. So what I'm wondering is this something that's going to be coming in a future DLC, which I think that it should. And I mean, it's all mostly already here. Somebody already went ahead and did the work and put it in a shipbuilder for you, but having it done officially by Bethesda would obviously be a lot more clean and it would, you know, function better. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's something they entirely scrapped. They started building the outpost and we're just like, yeah, we're not going to do the Star Stations. We're scrapping that, which kind of sucks because it's like they had a lot of time to work on the game. I feel like that there's no reason they couldn't have put some of this in. I mean, this is fantastic. I'll show you guys what I mean. So basically, this is the hab that it started me with. This is what, you know, when you first get to a new Star Station, this is what shows up. But then I just wanted to go off. I started adding, this is a horticulture habitat. So basically I can add, you know, plants and things like that to it. It doesn't work with the current iteration of this mod, but that is what that's going to be. It connects. Everything has to connect. Otherwise it won't let you use it. So basically, if I was to try to add this sign cap and I placed it here, not connected anything, I get an error, just like you would if you were building a ship. So you have to make sure that's deleted. Otherwise it won't save any of the things you put on it. You can put windows in. I'll show you this window here when we go in. I actually built a lot inside. I kind of got a little carried away last night going with this. I actually have an entire Crimson Fleet safe haven for my fellow pirates. I'll show you guys the little hangout that we made here in a second. You'll see what I mean. It has a crane system. I don't really know what this does, but it's there. There's a wall, which I'm guessing is to keep out other enemy ships, which they had to be creating. When Bethesda was adding all these things in, they had to be creating it to work similar to Outposts, where your outpost can get raided. So I'm guessing that they made it where you can get raided at your space station, your Star Station as well, because there is a defense bay. It doesn't really do anything. It works basically the same as the Docker does, but what it's supposed to do, if you look on the left, it adds an automated defense ship to your Star Station. So basically like a little ship that will fly around and attack enemies that are nearby, which is super cool. You also have other defenses. If I could pull it up here for us. Yeah. So you have different cannons, but you do have to put on weapon mounts to put those on. You also have different portholes, so you can, look around, from different parts of the station. You have a comms tower, which boosts your scanner range. I don't understand really the point of that. I think that is a misunderstanding. I think that obviously if it's an official mod or this, Vex mod, the mod developer Vex may change that into something else, because there's really no point in having your scanner range when you're in space. But the main thing that I would see happening with space stations is being able to mine asteroids. I think that would be for rare minerals and materials, because they're there. There's definitely some asteroids that have rare stuff like titanium. Obviously it'd be a good source of iron, and it may be a little bit cheaper to do it that way. There's storage tanks that you can build. These are for gas. I haven't built onto it yet. I've only been playing with this for one day, so cut me a little slack. I haven't looked into everything, but there's also piping. So you can build these pipes and connect them like that. So my guess is what you can do here is, let's say you have a bunch of little gas storage containers like this, and you have some machine that can pull whatever gas out of space. I don't see how that would make sense, but let's just say you could do that. It will get sent by connecting it for the extractor through piping to the storage container. I think that's how that would work. That would be my guess. It makes sense to me, which is super cool, especially if you have, like, let's say you can build a defense bay. Like, where's it at? Yeah, so let's say, you have this defense bay thing, right? Or this solar power, but we'll get to this in a second. So let's say you could build this defense bay right here. What if they have a miner bay where it sends out a little miner ship that will go and extract resources from all the different asteroids that are just like floating around your star station, and then it'll have like a little drop-off port that connects to one of these pipes, and then the pipes take that resource into a storage container that's connected. And then once you dock your ship, you can use all the resources and access all the resources from your bay. Kind of like maybe if you get to build like an outdoor transfer container, like we have the transfer shipping container at the regular outpost, so that you can move items between your ship and the outpost quickly from your ship. So maybe they can have something like that built onto the space station. But yeah, the solar power is cool too. So it says provides 50 solar power to your outpost. So you can build little, well, they're not little, they're massive, like solar panel satellite looking things. I actually have two of them. They look cool, but they don't really do anything at this point in time, because there's not really anything to connect power in the current iteration of the mod. But that can change. I think that obviously that's going to be the only way we're going to get power here, unless you can build some type of nuclear reactor add-on. But in the beginning, I feel like solar power is so smart. I mean, obviously, that's like the best place that you get. I used to sell solar, and like I can't imagine how much photovoltaic energy you're able to get from space, because you have no trees. You have nothing really blocking you except for the planet that you're, behind or whatever at certain times of the day. But what all is it going to be able to power, right? Like this star station. I'm thinking that it's going to be able to power the defense station, the different extractors, like the mining ships that are going in and extracting from asteroids and things like that. Maybe this would be great. Maybe the crane is what the miner drives up to deposit the resources, and then it puts it into some type of processor that puts it into the storage containers. That'd be kind of cool, especially if it was like actively happening, like you could see an animation of the ship pulling up and then getting offloaded. That would be super cool. All right, so I want to take you guys aboard the ship and show you guys kind of what it looks like from the inside. This star station, starship, whatever you call it, the star station looks insane from the inside. So let's go ahead and hop in there. Actually, I'm going to cancel that extra modification that I just added. All right, so to enter it, even though I do have it built, never teleport to the space station. So if you teleport to the space station, you're going to be stuck there and you're not going to be able to leave because your ship didn't come with you. Again, this is a mod. All right, so we're gonna go up into space. All right, so we're gonna go to our star station here. It's right on the outer rim of Bannock 4. So we're going to fast travel over there. I think it's gonna make us fast travel twice, because like, as you saw, I do have to place the big, massive star station beacon on a planet for it to actually be built. So here it is. All right, now it's allowing me to travel to it. I still like the Razor Leaf, okay? I know some people were like, is he still flying around with the Razor Leaf? Yeah. I never really got that much into ship building. I got way more into outpost building personally. I think there's so much potential with star stations, and this could be something that we see in Shattered Space DLC. But even if not, modders are going to take care of it. Like whether you're on Xbox or PC, we're all going to have mods sometime in 2024, likely in March, April timeframe. And when that happens, you got, you know, the Xbox players are going to have access to all this stuff too. Oh my God, where the hell is this thing? Oh, you know what? When I went and built it on a new planet, I think I moved it. Still, again, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just downloaded this mod last night late. This is probably where it is now. It is. Okay, cool. So as you can see, everything that you built shows up. All right, so once you get close enough, you're gonna be able to dock. The mod recommends that you build at least 3 because sometimes one of them doesn't work. So it always helps to have one of them done. It's funny too how my ship docks at my space station like it thinks it's Boba Fett, but let me hop out. Okay, so as you can see, I've kind of built a lot of things. So we have a few different habs. We have this main hab. This is where you enter from, and I have some guards over here, Joseph and Melina over here taking care of business, but they are able to be shut down at any point in time if I want to. We do have a couple, like this is kind of like a guard post that I set up, some sentry robots, Jeff and Jeff, fabricator going off right here. Although I, you know, obviously don't really have a whole lot of purpose for that yet. This is the main quarters, Skylar, Brenda. Yeah, cool stuff, guys. I've built a couple things over here. So I have some small little, you know, buildings for them to rest in, but then I also built them. So these are all my Crimson Fleet homies. I built them a little bit of, you know, enjoyable thing. They don't really do anything. Yeah, they just kind of say that a lot. they don't really do anything at this point. I gave them game systems. I gave them whatever this beer pong, whatever that is, and I gave them pool, but they kind of just sit there and stare at each other and then say the same lines to me when I walk by them. So we'll figure that out. Hopefully we can get a little bit more variations when it comes to the NPCs, but you can basically build anything that you can build in a regular outpost. Now, that is because I added something a little bit extra. So there's another mod called Build Bits, Outpost Building Menu Overlay. For whatever reason, Nexus Mods is down right now, so I can't actually show you the mod, but here's what it does. It gives you an application that you can launch. So once you start the game, you can go into your mod organizer or wherever you know, keep your mods, open up the EXE for it. Okay, so this is actually really cool, and it's opening up a lot of new things. So I mean, if you have access to mods right now, this is one that I would not recommend living without if you like to build outposts and build new things. So this allows you to move anything that you see in front of you. It also allows you to put an outpost anywhere. So you could be in New Atlantis, wouldn't recommend that, tried it, doesn't go very well. You could be anywhere and build outposts. Just make sure you make saves before in case you like really mess up the game. But if you go into your command console, you will have access to it. So we can go ahead and skip past this. Let's, yep. Thank you. Okay. So you put down the outpost using this, you just click it and it will put down an outpost. If it doesn't work, you can click it again and it'll work the second time that you do. But then once you've placed one down, you can put canvas walls. So you can put, you know, different types of walls and dividers in your base. You can use this anywhere. It's not just for the Star Station, but it was really helpful for the Star Station. You can make small doors, bigger doors, more. You can make a bunch of different buildings. And what's cool that we didn't have before, because when I was doing a lot of my other videos, like the Aurora Outpost video that a lot of you guys probably saw, when I made that base, I had to just type the console command every time for each one of these, and then just hope it spawns in and looks right in the position that I was based off of the position that I put it in, because you don't have any option over that. But with this, let's say I click this bad boy, so now it's going to put that in the game in front of me, and what I can do is walk up to it while this menu is open, click on it, which highlights it in purple, and now I can move it in any way that I want to, just like a building menu, which is insanely cool. But it doesn't just work with things that you put into the game. Using this, you click X and it'll actually delete it too. So this was put in by the actual regular Starfield builder menu. This is something that you can put on there, but I can move this as well. I can delete it. I can move these. I mean, I can move this guy if I wanted to. See you later. Oh yeah, see, don't do that though. See, I did this earlier. There's nothing below this. It's just space, and I fell through, and then I had to like get back in, and it was all wonky. Just probably don't do that. But this is extremely helpful. So it allows you to add all these different things into the game. There's also a lot of different objects. If you just look up, type in Starfield object ID codes that you can put in, and then you can just use this build bits menu to move them around in different places. There's a lot of potential here. I mean, I can basically build anything that I want to build with this inside of our little star station here, making it into something else. And then once you're done using build bits, you can just exit out of it and it'll be off your page. But this is the best outpost. This is so much more fun. It looks cool. You don't have to go down onto a planet. You could just spawn at this and then dock on it, and you're really within the vicinity of pretty much everything that it is you need. They just got to find a way to make it work. You know, all the different functions and different features that Bethesda maybe didn't even think of yet. That's where modders always come in with these things and just make the game better. It sucks it has to be that way, but it is what it is. This is just such a cool system that can be expanded upon, that modders could help with, or Bethesda could actually lean into and officially finish developing themselves, considering this is all already in the game. They put it here. I'd love to see them officially do something with it, but if they don't, we always have modders, and everybody's going to have mods at some point, you know, whether that's early next year in March, April, or sooner. That's all I got for you guys today. I actually built another outpost that's going to be on your screen now on Earth at the Empire State Building. If you want to check out how that looks, it's a little mining colony that I made to start repopulating Earth. See you there.